Also, I was like, Uncle Rico? You already know who Uncle Rico is. How y'all know who Uncle Rico is? We have to watch that movie now. What's going on, y'all? Ground Motivate back in this thing again, man, with another video. Today we're back on some 21 Jump, 21 Studios. But anyway, man, he's got another list. This time it is a 10 red flags and loser men. This is not our list. This is his list. We're gonna make our own though, so be ready for ours. Anyway, man, we're gonna go and check this thing out. Of course, let us know what you think, man. The first one on the list is vaccinated. What is your thoughts?
No comment.
No comment. I don't think that makes a loser man to be vaccinated. What if it's like you know, you have a 6-figure job and you're trying to keep that, and they say, yeah, you gotta vaccinate,
right?
Or you're out of here, or you have to travel, you have to vaccinate, you can't travel. Or your grandma, everybody loves their grandma.
Yeah.
You can't see your grandma anymore.
I just think you can't really associate a person's like political view or like a personal decision with whether they're a loser or not.
Yeah.
You know, like because at the end of the day, like these red flags are your personal opinion too.
Yeah.
So like to me, maybe this is a red flag, but to somebody else, the opposite side is a red flag.
Yeah. This red flag list is very right wing white man. Yeah. So the next one is male feminist. I think that actually is a kind of a loser trait to a degree.
Why?
Because I'm not thinking about like a male feminist in a way that thinks like, oh yeah, women should have equal pay and be able to do all the regular things that men do. I'm thinking about the male feminist that goes to the rallies with the signs. And you know, they're with the ladies, the butch looking ladies that have the low haircuts, they're fat as hell, they got unnecessary piercings all in their face, and they're like, yeah, you're so great, but she's sitting there yelling and spitting everywhere, and her underarms is hairy and she stinks, and she's an obnoxious person.
Okay.
But he's sitting, it's like basically like you're playing a nice guy to get in there. And that's the kind of guy that I'm thinking of when I'm hearing like male feminists or something like that.
Gotcha.
Like you're a panderer basically. Like yeah.
What
like
if,
you're a Derek Jackson type.
What if he is just like posting stuff on social media or like giving speeches at his own company, like just express how he thinks about it, you know, like, or like podcast stuff. Like he's
what
not.
What do you mean? You gotta give me an example of what is he posting about?
Like for example, he shared this post about pay inequality between different gender in like say in China, right? Because that's and then he's just like saying this needs to get more awareness and this needs to be addressed. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I don't think that's too bad.
Okay, so that's acceptable, right?
Yeah, I don't think that's too bad, but I think it goes hard when it's like let's say for instance Megan Thee Stallion, how she lied about Tory Lanez shooting her, but he didn't shoot her, and now you're like, believe all women. Or like you're one of these guys that sides with Cynthia G. Those guys are elite beta males.
But we're not talking about those. We're just talking about, I do feel like if they're so extreme on the spectrum, then that's like, because I don't think Cynthia G is like feminist.
No, she's not. Feminist. But I mean, but that would be the equivalent of a male feminist, a guy who would take his own, what's the word called, integrity, and he'll throw it out the window for some stuff he doesn't even believe in.
I don't think it has anything to do with that though. It's basically you're saying if a girl or a woman accused of a guy of raping her and I side with the guy saying like, oh, there's some doubts in it, I'm throwing away my integrity. I don't think you should be separating women and men based on their gender.
No,
like,
I'm not
women
doing that, but she actually lied. She actually lied though.
Yeah, but that's something you figure out later, right?
Yeah.
If she clearly lied and he sided with her, well, he's dumb. But like, if we don't know,
so that's a separate subject.
Right?
You're right about that. Then I would say, but I will say that I think that a Cynthia G type of man is an elite beta male, the elitist of the elite.
Okay, Cynthia G is not in discussion here because she's not a feminist.
No, I know she's not a feminist, but that's the same thing. You're going against your own principles and integrity just because you're a male feminist. You want to go to the rally and get laid. You're going against your own principles.
Okay, so
you're a whole black man.
So they're not feminists. They're not feminists at all because their purpose is to get laid. So they're just pretending.
Yeah.
So they're not.
Yeah, that makes you a loser though, right?
But they're not feminists.
Yeah, but that
because I don't like how he uses the word feminist, because I don't think there's anything wrong with the word feminist.
Yeah,
it's like
I understand,
you want
but keep up with the story. We're talking. This guy makes him a loser though, right? Because you're selling out, just like a black man who sells out to the white folks. You're a sellout, Officer Tatum. Next, voted Hillary. I don't think that has anything to do with anything. It is what it is. You thought she was gonna be alright, and that's what happened. Fat dad bod, I say yes. I think it depends on your, especially depending on your stage in life. I'll say, like if you're an older guy and you done got a little out of shape, that's one thing, man. If you got injured or you have a severe medical problem, those are the excuses I would say.
Right.
You know, but if you're I would say if you're 40 and under, I think that there's kind of no excuse to be out of shape to the point where it's kind of pathetic. You know what I mean?
I feel like if it's just like a phase of your life because you're struggling really hard, like for example, you're doing multiple shifts,
right? You
barely had time to sleep, so you don't have time to really work out.
Yep.
That's acceptable. Mm-hmm. But if you're like doing like a 9-to-5 job and you have plenty of time to work out, but you chose to stay home and watch show. Yeah. Right, you're not exercising. Right. Then that's
so basically you're a person who doesn't want to change it.
Right.
That makes you whack.
Like you have the time.
Yeah.
But you're just you've been talking about how you want to get right.
Right.
But you're not doing it. That's a red flag.
So I would say fat dad bod, but doesn't want to change it. I'll say that. Yeah, I'll say that. Next is a nice guy. We kind of talked about that a little bit within the male feminists. I think it's kind of along the same lines, like you're being such a nice guy, you're bending over backwards for somebody, even though they're not doing anything for you.
I think this one's different though. It's like how I interpret it is like if you are a nice guy to all the people, like all the girls or all the guys, you know how to say no. You're a yes man. Like if this female friend asks you to do a favor and you'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna help you out. Mm-hmm. Of course, as your girlfriend, I'm gonna be annoyed if you're always doing the favor to all of the girls.
And as a man, if I ask you to do something I know that you had something to do and you still would do it no matter what, I'm gonna look at it like you a dude, boy. I can ask you for anything.
Right.
I don't
People
really care
gonna take advantage
what
of
you got going on. Yeah, I'll just be like, hey, you gonna do this? You wanna get in there and spar, get punched out? Come on in. I know somebody who does that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We always talk about fight.
You know who they are.
What?
You know who they are. You know who they are. I'm not gonna crush them on the internet, but you know who they are.
I wasn't paying attention.
The beta male who gets in there and gets beat up. He gets his head punched out. You don't know. But anyway, the next one defends women on the internet.
Nothing wrong about that.
I don't think it is. I think it gets bad when you get to a point of pandering.
I think it's a loser when they always bash women on the internet. You know?
No, I think you're a loser equally when you bash women in the name of trying to sell out, like a Derek Jackson. If you're a Derek Jackson type or a Cynthia G elite beta male, then yeah, you're.
Because I feel like it depends. Like if someone on the internet is saying bad shit about your women, of course defend them. Yeah. But like because it's your girl, you're supposed to defend her. Yeah. But like if you are like some kind of guy that's just like sitting behind the keyboards and be like, I hate women. Women are trash. Women are hoes. Women are 304s. I hate them. They suck just like my mom and my sister. They're terrible. Like, yeah, you're a loser.
He said defends women, not crushes them.
Yeah, I think it's more like crushes. I disagree with his point. I think it's more like men that crush women.
Yeah, I don't agree fully. I just think it gets bad once you start pandering. That's when I was just like, bro, like do you really believe yourself? That's when I'm like, all right, bro, you're whack. Next, SJW weirdo. Since I don't know what his view of SJW is, because a lot of these type of guys think that you're a SJW woke guy because you think that
what's that?
Like a social justice warrior. Like you think that somebody being racist against you is a bad thing. They think that you're a SJW. So I don't really rock with that.
Wait, so what do these social justice warriors do?
Like social justice warrior, it can range from anything. You can be a guy who's going extra hard for like trans rights. You can be a guy who's going extra hard for just LGTB in general. You can be a guy who just goes hard for for black people's rights. Anybody who kind of, I guess, who kind of tries to defend people in a way.
Gotcha.
But sometimes if you defend people too hard, then you are actually.
Okay, so I think this 21 Jumper guy is extremely conservative.
Yeah.
That you can see from all his points.
Definitely.
So all of his points are like, if you're anything remotely liberal or to
Yeah.
the left, I don't like you. You're a
Yeah.
loser. So like. Yeah, so for someone that's more like to the left of the spectrum, I can be like, okay, you're a loser, Jumper, because you're so conservative. You're so close-minded.
Yeah.
You're scared of everything, or
Right.
you just want to deny everything that is different from you.
Yeah.
You think you are the standard.
Right.
It's like, come on, man.
Is that a trait in a loser, man? Somebody that can't get out their own way, close-minded.
Yeah.
That's real.
Like, not a loser, man, but I just feel like it's not the kind of person
You're an
that I want
unbearable
to
person.
be close.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't want you to be in my circle.
Okay.
Because it's going to be stressful handling you.
Yeah, that's real. So 21 Jumper, you might want to work on that one. Climate change fanatic.
What's wrong with that? Come on, man. Just because you don't give a shit about climate does not mean that other people
if you're a
do not.
fanatic, I guess, but yeah. Yeah, but vegan. Yeah, we already said the same thing. I think the same thing applies to how it does for women.
Yeah, like if you think you're better because you're vegan,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, get your ass out of here. Yeah, you fat as hell talking about vegan.
Right.
Doesn't own a gun. I don't agree with that at all. I personally think that a person who goes for a gun first in a altercation is a beta male. I think that it's cool for everybody to have a gun just in case they need to protect themselves, but I think that a lot of people actually don't deserve guns. They don't need them because everybody's first initial reaction is to go to the gun. Oh, you got mad because he didn't get your burger the right way, or he cut you in line.
So it's
gun.
like, do you carry your gun everywhere you go? Right? Do you?
Yeah, I think depending on where you live, if folks carry their gun, like I think Kemp is trying to make it where you
So
carry
you drop your
gun.
kids off to the school and you still carry the gun.
Yeah.
That's lame.
Yeah. I don't really agree with that. I think, like I said, I think you should be able to protect yourself, but I think that I would personally say, I would say more so doesn't have any fighting skill. I would say, like can't defend himself. You know what I mean? I think that's more of a loser man than doesn't own a gun.
But what if I can't defend myself, but I got the money, so I hire a bodyguard, so I don't have to fight myself. I don't want to dirty my own hands. Like if I want to get someone punished, I have my bodyguard.
I guess you wouldn't be a loser at that point because it's like you have so much money and influence, you can just whatever.
So I think it's just people who doesn't know how to. I feel like it's more like people who doesn't know how to get out of a conflict, or how to avoid conflict.
Yeah.
They're always in the middle of all those like disturbance.
Yeah.
They either started or somehow they just got involved.
Yeah.
That's a loser sign.
Loser.
Yeah.
Big loser. Yeah.
Where it's like you see a bar fight and you know that guy was definitely in the middle of it. Loser. Or not like loser, but it's more like a troublemaker. It's like a red flag, you know? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is an issue we have going on here. Like all these guys have guns here in Buckhead, and they got the guy bought the last pair of shoes before them. Now you want to shoot? Okay. Yeah, I think that's beta male tendencies times 10.
So you guys are in line. But oh, if I just kill 3 people in front of me, then I can get a shoe.
Yeah, like, oh, you got that last pair of white ones, bro? Let me get them. I'll pay for them, bro. How much you pay me? $150.
That's another issue, is because there's no death penalty here, right? So people are like, okay, so what if I kill someone? I go to jail for a lifetime. Oh, I get free food.
There is a death penalty in the United States.
In Georgia?
I think it's everywhere. It's just it's lethal injection. I think it does depend on the state. I think one state said they were going to start back firing squad, but yeah, I know lethal injection is like the typical. Yeah, it's stupid. Like the death penalty is like a really stupid thing. Like they put the man on death row for 20 years. You sit there for 20 years and then you get the death penalty. Just kill the man. I mean, just delete the man. You know, he's a graper. Delete him. He's a child predator. Delete him.
But then people are gonna argue, what if it's a wrongful conviction? You know?
Yeah, that's the only thing I can see that makes that thing understandable, because there are a lot of guys that has happened to, especially if you got this skin color.
Right.
It's a lot of guys like we're seeing it like back to back almost every week. There's a guy who spent 20 years in prison and he didn't do it. It's crazy.
So it's either the police just wants to hurry up and finish up the case.
They just want to take you down, get you off the street.
The 29-year-old reached a $7.5 million settlement with the city of Detroit for its role in his wrongful conviction and incarceration for crimes he did not commit.
Every day I wake up and like I see that I'm seeing like a room instead of a cell. It just like amazed me. You know, it was times I thought like I was gonna die in prison.
The more the merrier. The more black men we get off the street, the better.
But what if it's like, okay, so what if they're actually involved in like some kind of like money laundering or no, not drug, you know? Like they're selling drugs on the street.
That ain't rape.
And then, exactly, but it's like some people wants to take them off the street, so
Yeah.
they planted evidence on those people.
That still doesn't make it right because now we're gonna kill the man?
No, but I'm talking about like, okay, so for example, your kids, right?
Yeah.
Grew up in this neighborhood,
Yeah.
and this one drug dealer is always selling drugs to the kids, and everyone hates him, everyone wants him gone. So like one day, one of this Good Samaritan citizens just like planted something on him, so that he got busted.
Oh, he's selling to the kids?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of along the same. That's kind of like just as trash as like a child predator to me. Like you sell to kids.
So hurting kids is like worse because kids don't have the what do you call it?
I think so.
Okay.
That's my thoughts. Anything dealing with harming kids, I think is extreme a-hole territory. Yeah, you deserve an extreme punishment.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
And also you scar the kid for life. It's
Right.
like you ruin that person's life.
you ruin that person's life. It's pretty bad. So,
Anyway.
yeah. That's his 10 list. So yeah, we've gotten the impression that we've got an extremely conservative guy. Yes, I don't know if any of that really applies to anybody else. I think the dad bod does. I think if you spin them in certain ways, I think it applies. But for the most part, I think it would be that of a very extreme white guy on the right. You know.
But what do you think about if we just jump out of this topic, right? We just talk about political views. Do you
Yeah.
think couples can have completely opposite political views?
I think so. I think we already talked about this, and I think that I said it probably would be a constant battle back and forth unless the lady's like an elite glutton for punishment, and she just will just take whatever that man says. And he said, "Yeah, I want Trumpito in office, and you better shut the hell up." And then it's like,
And she's like, no, I don't like him. I want Hillary in the office.
yeah, but then she's just such an elite glutton for punishment. She just does whatever he says, so she just loses her voice, and now it's a Trumpito house. Or it's a Trumpito house, or vice versa. Maybe it's a Joe Biden house. Yeah, but we want the trans folks coming there. Yeah, tell my son to put on a dress, and she's like, I don't like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like if you have different political views,
Yeah.
maybe it's going to reflect on a lot of smaller topics in real life.
Yeah,
Like how do you educate the kids,
Yeah.
right? Like, so I
That is
personally
true.
think it's gonna be really hard because you're gonna have so many disagreements.
yeah.
Unless
Because
you guys.
if I'm Ron DeSantis shouting, and I'm like, don't say gay, and then you're like, yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay, unless you guys have two kids, right?
Yeah.
One is raised your way, one is raised my way.
Uh-huh.
And we let the kids grow up and compete who's
So
better.
so do I just disown the other kid?
Oh.
So it's like Dad, can I get some food? So I'll be like, yeah, well, me and little Johnny about to go to what's a good restaurant or something like that. Let's say a little easy kid restaurant. Me and little Johnny about to go to Panda Express. Dad, can I get some too? I love the orange chicken. Boy, you guys get your ass out of here.
Come on, son, come here. Mommy gonna take you to legit Chinese
But
restaurant.
Mom, it's nasty. It doesn't have the MSG.
No, we get authentic food, so you're not gonna be fat like your brother Jonah.
But mom, little Jonah, he has a 6-pack. He has an 8-pack.
No, you're gonna have it too, because you have that black genetics.
Okay, so that's what we're doing.
And your mom is pretty athletic too, so yeah, you're in game.
But mom, I run like how you run. Jonah runs like that.
Oh, we can lift heavier, it's okay. Dad's bad at lifting.
Dad looks really good and efficiently
In high school, that's it. Yeah, high school was his best time. The past 20 years he's been with mom, he kept on talking about high school glory, so.
I was like, Uncle Rico? You already know who Uncle Rico is. How y'all know who Uncle Rico
Where's
is?
Uncle
We have to watch that movie now.
Is it black and white?
No, it's not.
It
Napoleon Dynamite?
It sounds like really
We have to
cool.
watch that movie now.
Okay.
I can't believe you haven't seen it. I'm kind of disappointed.
Okay.
Y'all like Napoleon Dynamite, man? Let us know. But yeah, that's the video right there, man. You got anything else to add?
Yeah.
What else you got?
Grant is always like, have you seen this? Have you watched this? Have you heard of this? I'm like, no. And he was like, what?
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
no.
I grew up in a different country across the other side of the globe, and we speak a different language. So what I watched as a kid, I could do the same thing. I was like, did you watch language?
Language. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can be like, did you watch this growing up? And you'd be like, huh? I'm like, what?
Yeah, when you were telling me how you were familiar with that little cookie thing off of Squid Game, I'm like, what the hell? You told like all the games, you knew all the games, and I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so yeah.
Asian countries definitely have more similarities, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's real. Anything else?
Nah.
Alright, that's it for the video, man. Y'all let us know what y'all thought about the points, man. Are you a loser? Or do you like, man, what the hell, man? I go by my own way, man. But yeah, let us know down in the comments below. If you watched it to this point, thank you. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.